Welcome to the Tier 4 Voidgloom guide, credits to Mr. Soup QT and his team for this. Okay, so without further delay, here is the Tier 4 guide. The base magical power requirement to fight this boss is 800. If you have less than 800, do not do this boss as it would be a massive waste of time due to low damage output. The power stone you should use is either hurtful or silky. Tune for your attack speed to be at a 100% with Weirder Tuba and, if applicable, Final Destination's ability. The armor you should be using is either the Final Destination or Crimson set. The Crimson set comprises of 3/4 burning 10-star or higher Crimson armor with a Warden helmet. An Infernal Crimson helmet is not better damage-wise than a Warden helmet and is only used mainly for magic find, combat wisdom and speed. Do note that with the Final Destination set you will not be able to phase skip, hence making it bad compared to Crimson. For the Final Destination set, reforge it to Ancient and ensure that you have a recombobulator applied and at least 25,000 kills per piece for the defense buff. Do not get Renowned on Final Destination as it is not good. The ultimate enchant for Final Destination should be Wisdom 5 on boots, leggings, and chestplate, with Refrigerate 5 being on the helmet due to the low versatility of the Final Destination set. Ensure that you have applied 10 hot potato books and 5 fuming potato books per armor piece for the added HP and defense. Note that each piece of Final Destination armor has to have at least Strong Mana 5 on it, with an additional Transylvanian 5 for the helmet. For the Crimson, it is recommended to have at least 10-star burning Crimson armor. For the attributes on the Crimson set, the best combination is Veteran Magic Find, but the issue about it is its high cost, setting you back 300 million coins apiece. The current meta for budget setups would be 2 pieces of Mana Pool Veteran or Ender Resistance Veteran and 1 piece of Speed Veteran. If you have Mana Pool Veteran Crimson, you can kill the normal fanatics with your Hyperion, and kill the extremists and minibosses with your Atom Split. Make sure that you have a recombobulator applied on every piece, flawless/perfect gemstones. If you are using a golden dragon, use onyx gemstones. If not, please do use jasper gemstones. For the ultimate enchants, it is to be Wisdom or Legion 5 on the Warden helmet and Crimson pieces. Refrigerate can go on the boots if you struggle to survive. Habanero Tactics at any level is better than all of the above as it provides superior damage and magic find compared to Wisdom, Legion and Refrigerate. Similarly to the Final Destination set, do ensure that you have applied 10 hot potato books and 5 fumings per armor piece for the added HP and defense. Please note that each piece of the set has to have minimally Strong Mana 5 on it, with an additional Transylvanian 5 for the Warden helmet. For the Crimson, reforge your armor to either Renowned or Ancient. Renowned is used for that extra attack speed and a tad bit more magic find. Ancient is for maximizing your damage output and in general more damage focused. The pet item for Renowned would be Shelmet for the anti-knockback, whereas the pet item for Ancient would be the plushie for its plus 35% attack speed. Both of these setups need to hit 100% or more attack speed, and all additional tunings should balance out strength and crit damage to a 1-to-1 ratio. Make sure to have 200 speed with Weirder Tuba active if you are using a Warden helmet. If you are using the Final Destination set, remember to account for the 20% attack speed that it gives when crouching. One of the most commonly asked questions is, should I get an Ender artifact or relic? The answer to that is no. It is helpful, but only get it when it is your cheapest magical power upgrade or if you desperately need it to survive. The weapon you will need is a fabled Atom Split katana. Follow the picture on screen as a bare minimal on what your katana should have on it. If you wish to upgrade your katana further, follow in this order: Venomous 6 before Ender Slayer 7 before Sharpness 7 before Prosecute 6 before Giant Killer 7 before Critical 7. For ultimate enchants you have 2 options, Chimera and Swarm. Chimera 2 is used with Antique Remedies and Chimera 3 is used with Shelmet. Chimera 1 is worse than Swarm regardless. Also, do not use Chimera without a Golden Dragon. Do note that Chimera comes after Prosecute 6 in terms of damage, but you could always get it before for more magic find. The equipment you should be using is the Rift necklace with 6 to 8 time charms with 3 pieces molten equipment. The molten bracelet can be replaced with a Magma Lord gauntlet for the extra damage, but it is at a very high attribute level cost. The attributes should be Veteran Magic Find or Veteran Ender Resistance, both leveled to minimally 6. The reforges on the equipment should be menacing when you are using Renowned or have a Chimera Atom Split. If not, do reforge it to Blended. The pets you should run for spawning the boss is a Mythic Enderman pet for its added 40% combat EXP gain from Enderman. For fighting the boss, you should be using either a level 100 True or Tier boosted Ender Dragon pet or a level 200 Golden Dragon with 1 billion in bank for the Legendary Treasure perk. The pet item used for the Golden Dragon should be either a Dwarf Turtle Shellmet for its anti-knockback, Antique Remedies for its added 80% strength or a Minus Relic for mainly the extra 33% magic find. If you are running the Ancient Reforge with the Golden Dragon, tune for 100% attack speed with Weirder Tuba and Final Destination's ability if applicable. For the Ender Dragon, if its base rarity is epic, use a tier boost core to upgrade it to legendary for its 10% majority stat increase. If its base rarity is legendary, use either a Dwarf Turtle Shellmet for its anti-knockback or Crochet Tiger Plushie for its added 35% attack speed. If you do not have the budget to run either the Golden Dragon or Ender Dragon, an alternative is the Legendary Lion pet. It is not recommended as it provides a low damage output. If you do run the Legendary Lion pet, use the Ancient Reforge on armor for the extra damage and tune for 100% attack speed. The pet rules should be on Slayer start, spawn Mythic Enderman pet, and on Slayer spawn damage pet, either Ender Dragon, Golden Dragon or Lion. The required utility items would be a Ragnarok Axe, Weirder Tuba, Reaper Armor, the best version of the Soul Flow accessory you can get, an Overflux or Plasmaflux Power Orb with 10 mana disintegrators applied or a SOS Flare with a Jalapeno Book applied. The healing items you would be using would be mainly the Wither Shield ability of the Hyperion and the Wand of Atonement if you require. If you do not possess a Hyperion, you could alternatively use a Florid Zombie Sword. The Ragnarok Axe should be withered with a Recombobulator applied, have a Flawless or Perfect Jaspers, 10 Hot Potato Books, 5 Fumings Potato Books and an Art of War. The Weirder Tuba should have a Jasper Power Scroll applied on it for that extra 10 strength for 5 seconds after using the Weirder Tuba. The Reaper Armor will be used with the Ragnarok Axe as it would grant you an extra 100 strength, 100 speed and 100 damage for 6 seconds once you crouch. If you have issues surviving when you swap to the armor to crouch and trigger the ability, you can reforge it to Giant with a Giant's Tooth and apply Hot Potato Books on it for the added EHP. Do note that the armor is only used to trigger the ability then changed back to the original armor set. Some utility items that are highly recommended due to their ability to shred hits phase would be the Juju Shortbow, Terminator or any shortbow. It is paired with explosive arrows and the Katana's ability which grants more ferocity, hence when you shoot the floor with those arrows, it hits the boss multiple times, which is also affected by the Katana's ability, hence shredding its hit phase. Alternatively, you could run summons by using either a Reaper Scythe, Necromancer Sword or Summoning Ring. It is highly recommended to use the Reaper Scythe over the other two as it allows you to apply Ultimate Wise on it whilst being able to summon 3 summons at once. Necromancer Sword is a slightly worse option as even though you can apply Ultimate Wise on it, it can only summon 2 summons at once. The Summoning Ring is the worst of all, you cannot apply Ultimate Wise on it, you can only summon 2 summons at once.